I want to go over what I believe are the top 10 cards from the first Gundam Start Decks, not just based on how they perform in the current Start Deck meta, but also looking ahead at their potential through set 1. Kicking things off at number 10, I have Zoward. Dropping this on turn 2 and immediately having a 3 attack power blocker against aggro is just fantastic. It puts a stop to early pressure and forces the opponent to rethink their attack lines. It does suck that we can't attack the opponent's shields and bases with this card, and this is the type of card that can easily be power crept in the upcoming sets as attack power gets larger over time. And at number 9, it is none other than Gundam. For just 3 resources, you get a lot of value here. Not only can it trade effectively into multiple units thanks to its repair 2, but that 4 health can be tough to remove unless our opponent acts immediately before the end phase where we heal that damage back up. On top of that, its Anthem effect when paired gives the whole board, including itself, a power boost. And coming in at number 8 is Wing Gundam Bird Mode. This is one of the best ramp options currently available. It lets you bring out bigger threats earlier than the opponent might be ready for. That said, it's a little underwhelming stat-wise, and coming down on turn 3 makes it feel a little slow. As better ramp options get released in the future, this will be replaced. At number 7, I have White Base. This card gives you repeatable value every turn for just 2 resources. Deploying a 3/3 on an empty board and then still be able to develop your board further afterwards is a huge tempo swing. Even when you do have multiple units on the board already, having something to sink your resources in every turn to generate just a 1/1 still puts you at an advantage. And at number 6, it's Zaku 2. This card is an early game beast. Swinging in with 3 power on turn 2 can really start putting the pressure on. But it does come with a downside. It reverts to 1 power on the opponent's turn, which makes it easy to clear. As more blockers enter the game, aggressive tools like this might struggle to keep up. Then we move on to the top 5 with Wing Gundam. Think of this card as targeted removal. It lets you swing into active units, and as a bonus, we even get to hit a shield or base. Pair this with Bird Mode, and we can establish board pressure early in the game. The only reason this card is not higher in the list is because without its linked pilot, it can feel a bit slow. And with 6 health bases now in the game, its impact has slightly decreased. At number 4, I've got Full Frontal. Even though it doesn't have the strongest support just yet from the Start Decks, being able to cheat out a level 4 or lower Zeon or Neo Zeon unit for just 1 resource is wild. It opens the door for explosive combo turns like linking it with Sinanju, deploying your charged Zaku 2 for cheap, and using the leftover resource for a high maneuver swing. And just like that, the game can be over. Watch out as the game prints more Zeon or Neo Zeon units, this will be a staple for that deck. And for number 3, I have Archangel, an incredibly efficient support card. It lets you swing in with your blockers without losing board control. You can chip away at shields or clear important enemy units, and then set the blocker as active to still protect the board. Compare this to something like a Toggies, which costs 4 just to set as active. Archangel gives you the flexibility for 2 every turn. Number 2 is Amuro Ray, easily one of the most flexible cards in the game. This card gives you control over the board state in so many ways. Rest a key blocker to sneak in damage, or rest a threatening unit to take it down before our opponent can respond on their turn. This card is incredibly busted for just 1 resource, and it doesn't care what unit we pair it with to have this effect. Before I wrap up the list, I do want to give some honorable mentions. Striker Pack is a great card that gives you the flexibility stat-wise for a blocker. However, I would like to deploy a blocker earlier than level 4 before our opponent rushes us down. Charged Zaku 2 is a great card for the aggro Zeon strategy that helps keep the momentum going. There aren't a lot of card draw currently in the game, so having this unit is definitely helpful. Sinanju is a great finisher that can also deal chip damage to an enemy unit, not leaving us completely exposed when we turn on the aggression. And finally, the number 1 card from the Start Decks is AO Strike Gundam. This card does everything. It's a massive blocker, it resets our opponent's board if they try to just drop a big threat the turn before, and then completely swings the board state back in our favor. Pair with Archangel, and we're looking at a ridiculous amount of control and board presence. Easily, in my opinion, the strongest card out of the box. And that's my list of the top 10 cards from the Gundam Start Decks. Do you agree with my rankings? Did I miss a card you think should have made the cut? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.